So this is right back to the beginning of chapter 5 from where we saved. Your sight swims as if underwater. Memories fly away like startled ravens before you can capture them. With great effort, you remember who you are. Juno. You also realize that a monumental serpent is speaking to you now. Your last certainty was that you died some time ago, and that it is about to happen again. Ooh. Radical. Is this like a Doctor Strange Dormammu situation? Frustrating. You are slow to understand the serpent. It speaks in a language that recalls very ancient memories of words you learned long ago. If you are not going to die, I suppose we must speak instead. Who are you? We just remembered our name, so we'll go with my name is Juno. Is this her hair, her cloak, some raven feathers? Regardless, it's pretty rad. My name is Juno. You are Juno? It means nothing to me. Maybe I have asked the wrong question. What are you? What is your purpose? We know she's a mender from talking with Eyvind. Isn't this the woman that was with Eyvind? I think. I want him. Why don't you tell me who you are, serpent? Do you ask the hammer what the blacksmith is making? This conversation becomes more meaningless by the word. What do your prophecies say? The gods gave your prophecy. Fate? Destiny? Is there no child coming to slay me with a magic sword? Are there no stars in the sky foretelling this disaster? Do you truly not know? The gods are dead seems like a solid response. We get a lot of that conversation going. Dead? How is that? Are you a god? No. The gods are silent, and before me stands one who knows not what they have done. Listen carefully now, for I will give you a prophecy. I am the end. Do you understand? This world and this tapestry I would devour. It is my purpose. But I cannot. Instead, now comes a wall of night to consume your pitiful world. Wall of night? The dredge? Dredge? Stone men marching across a long bridge? No. It is darkness. The egg white that has turned black. Hey, Card Shark, how are you? I am meant to devour the tapestry itself, not idly witness the dusk smother this rock. I am incomplete, a worm crawling through a dung field. Because of you. Who are you to take my destiny? What are you? Return what is mine. Yo, Serpent Bro is not happy. It really does kind of feel like a Dormammu Doctor Strange situation. Eyvind. Juno, you're alive. You're alive. How? Where are you? Wait. Where am I? Asleep, I presume, or unconscious. I am in Ridgehorn, I think. A serpent was trying to kill me. Now I'm talking to you. Time is moving strangely. I've lost swaths of memories, but I found you, for a short time at least. The serpent said something about a long bridge, so I took a guess.
It came after you. We saw it at Einartoft. Are you okay? It tried to turn me to ash after we spoke. I'd be surprised if that's the last we've seen of it. It could tear the land apart or crush cities if it wanted. What do we do? It gets worse. A prophecy of the gods that I've never heard of. There are still prophecies out there? It was vague. Sounded like that serpent was supposed to swallow the world. Instead, some kind of darkness or nothingness is seeping from the north. It devours whatever it touches. That would explain why the dredge are swarming on us like someone kicked an anthill. Eyvind, are you in danger? You could say so. Bellower is here. The Varl are holding him off, but not for much longer, I think. Of all the Sunder, why the Immortal One? Oh, so that explains it. Immortal One, we never had a chance. Bellower, that is the worst of luck. I would have you come to me, but we will have to do this the hard way. Listen closely. I will return to Strand and find passage down the Red River. You must leave Einartoft and meet me in Sigerholm. Juno, we'll never make it to Sigerholm. Bellower is about to overtake us. The Var won't listen to a thing I... Find a way. Do whatever it takes. I will not be able to contact you again before Sigerholm. Go. And Eyvind. Yes? I love you. Ooh, not what I was expecting there is the sign-off. Maybe it's just with the tone and inflection I read her dialogue with. You spent a lot of time next to him since he passed out. Just keeping an eye on him. It's not like that, Dad. He saved Ivor. He might save the rest of us. Can he hear us? He just moved. How long was I... You were out for a couple of days. How do you feel? Juno. She's alive. I need to meet her in Sigerholm. Hold on, slow down. Who's Juno? She's my mentor. On the Mender Council. She contacted me. Contacted you how? She's not like most Menders. What happened here since I passed out? I like the idea of Juno passing around memes where she's like, I'm not like most Menders. The Varl are holding the dredge back, just barely. Bellower has disappeared. Ivor is still out of it. Jorundur sent Hakan, Luden, and a couple hundred Varl away to Aberrang. I don't know how long we'll be able to hold out here. Rook, I need your help. Take me to Sigerholm. Juno is going to meet us there. Sigerholm? That's gotta be a week away at least. And just abandon Einartoft? Maybe. Or no, I could destroy that godforsaken bridge myself. That would delay the immediate threat, but Jorundur will never agree to it. I need to understand a few things, Eyvind. Ooh, we got all kinds of stuff. First, I'd like to know about Bellower, please. I can't stop him, but I believe Juno can. That's why we need to go. We could just leave and let the Varl die to give us a head start. It's not my first choice. I've done everything I can on my own. What is going on around here? The serpent? Bellower? Look, I know things are... It's a long story. How well do you know history? We're from a very small town in the woods. I'll keep it short. You know how men and Varl were made? The Loom Mother, the other gods? In the First Great War, the armies of men and Varl hated each other. They fought bitterly for land and dominance. Then, one of the gods created the dredge. And they were such a threat that unless men and Varl set aside their differences, they threatened to wipe out both races. So they did. They ended the war, pushed the dredge into the north, and formed an alliance that has held ever since. The Second Great War began generations later. The dredge rallied their forces, defeated the Varl who watched the borders, and laid waste to unsuspecting settlements throughout the world. They were led by Sunder, powerful dredge warlords and weavers like Bellower. He was there in the Second Great War. Humanity was on the brink of extinction when the inner circle of Menders went forth, and finally sent the Sunder and the dredge deep underground. For the most part, the dredge haven't tried to return since. Well, until now. Those Menders were called Valka. Juno wasn't there herself, but she's from their bloodline. So another great war has begun. If I didn't think the world was ending, it would be incredible. Ancient history is playing out before us. What about the serpent? That's another story. There's nothing in the Mender libraries about that thing. Well, it must have something to do with the dredge returning. Well, that seems likely. Why won't the Varl King destroy the bridge? I can't completely understand it myself. The last time I mentioned it, he made his mind very clear. He'll let the city and the rest of the world fall before that damn bridge. How would you collapse it by yourself? Not by myself. I could blast it apart, but this bridge wasn't made to fall. It'll take time and concentration. That's why I need your help. And the Varl will try to stop me. It could mean holding off both Dredge and the Varl. I need time to think about this. I'm glad you agree with me, Rook, because I am not ready to make that commitment either. I understand. Be quick, Rook. There has to be some way to... I can't believe the Varl would be so stubborn. Speak to Yonder yourself. He's in the Great Hall. Maybe you'll have more luck. Or maybe he'll put your head on a spike. Rook, I hate to put all this on your shoulders, but I've got few friends here. Come to a decision quickly. Either way, we can't stay. We have to make it to Sigerholm. Juno will know what to do. Man, I don't know. I wish Ivor was awake. Yo, so they just straight up destroy bridge, leave. So Fasol and Eyvind are injured. I don't like the idea of going into battle with Eyvind injured, because he's kind of squishy as it is, but we have lost the ability to rest, which is not ideal. We only have 3 days worth of rations. Willpower, +3 willpower per rest. That's actually kind of a filthy item. I am gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of supplies to pad out supplies in case this winds up being us skedaddling quickly here. Let's go talk to Yonder and see what we can get from him. You'll do as I say. I'm not here to argue. I'm telling you that we're dying by the dozens every day now. You sent our best away with Hakan. How long do you expect us to last? You asked for this command, Fesselt. Don't let them get across that bridge. Fesselt takes his leave just as you approach. Not great timing, you think to yourself. Thank you for the audience. I forget your name. Rook. Rook. How is Ingvar? Will he survive? I think so. If I remember Ingvar well enough, he hasn't told you why he faced down Bellower, did he? No, he keeps things to himself. Yes, that sounds right. Ingvar confronted Asunder in his youth during the Great Wars. He won that. Oh, yo, so that's why he's so well known? He killed Asunder? None other but the Menders have done that. He proved us stronger. Maybe he thought to do it again. Ivor killed Asunder? How did he end up in Skogar? You'd have to pry that from him yourself. I don't know. He disappeared when the last king tried to name him Kender. It occurs to you that Yonder would not be on the throne now if that had happened. Hey, what's up, fatty? Hey, Uber Darkskull, thanks for the follow, man. But why are you here, Rook? Be brief. I'm offering to help take apart that bridge. The bridge needs to be destroyed. Five-channel raid. Fatty, you're crazy. I think I don't want to try and boss this guy around, right? Like, we're already not supposed to be in Einartoft. So I'm thinking the move is to help say like, hey, we'll take the bridge apart. For anyone joining from Fatty's raid, you've probably seen me talking in Fatty's chat. Just to give you an idea of what we do here, I am Chris, and this is Chris versus Backlog. What I'm doing is kind of systematically going through all the games that I've ignored over the years during my time working in video game retail, where the last thing I wanted to do was come home and play video games. So I'm going back through them and beating them now. Right now, we are a good chunk of the way through the first of the games in the Banner Saga series. And we have a very stubborn Varl King we need to convince that his city is not going to stand unless he takes dramatic action. Let's see. I'm offering to help take apart the bridge. Human. If there is one more mention of that bridge. Hey, thanks, Brainiac. Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Yorander's mood changes almost instantly. If you have nothing else to say, get out of my damned hall. What is so important about that bridge? We're all at stake here. I'll leave. You know, he doesn't want to talk about the bridge seemingly. He wants to shut it down, but like, I feel the need to at least tell him like, hey, you're not the only one that has a position in this. We're all at stake here. Oh, you have the answers. Wonderful. Come, sit upon the throne. Every man I've ever met thinks he'd rival the gods himself if only he were in charge. I am over 400 years old, and I know that I know little. You are a child, an infant, yet you know everything. Listen, human, this story is not about you. He's on the cover of the game box, Jormander. If you jumped from that bridge today, the world would not change. Now, either help Fasolt retake it, or leave my city. I don't care which. Guards are quick to usher you from the Great Hall. You don't resist. Ooh. Well, that puts us in a pickle. Fight on the bridge, destroy the bridge, or just straight up leave. That's an awesome idea for a channel. Very cool. Well, thanks, Brainiac. I appreciate it. Yeah, it kind of developed naturally as I kind of got away from the stuff in my life that was keeping me from playing games and realized I wanted to go back and start playing all these games and kind of reawaken my love of gaming. It seemed like a really cool way to do it would be to share it with people on Twitch. It gives me a way to be really social about it and have fun talking with people. But also it honestly kind of like, it also keeps me honest and keeps me actually playing rather than just reinstalling Skyrim or playing, you know, like the Binding of Isaac for the 3 millionth time. So we can help them fight on the bridge, which honestly, like, Fasolt kind of made that sound like it's just basically delaying the inevitable. We can destroy the bridge, which is going to mean we're going to have to both fight the Varl here in the city and the army, and almost assuredly that's going to wind up making us some enemies. Or we can just leave. Like, I mean, it's kind of their decision that they want to stay and leave it up. What's wrong with Skyrim? No. Nothing is wrong with Skyrim. I want to make that very clear. I absolutely love Skyrim. What's wrong with Skyrim is that every time a new mod gets announced by someone on the Nexus, or I just haven't, you know, I've never gone through and completely done a playthrough as a Punch Cat Khajiit, I decide I'm going to reinstall it. I spend 4 or 5 days installing all the mods I want with it. I play it for a half a day and then I never touch it again. Speaking of which, FTL next. FTL's a good call. I will not deny that. That's fun. And we haven't done a roguelike on the channel yet, so that'd be something fun to sink my teeth into. Seems like this place has decided to fall after life. Yeah, like they're being stubborn about it. I'd hate to like just tell them, okay, well, thanks for helping out. I also don't know if we can leave because Ivor's not ready to leave. They've said nothing about Ivor waking up, and I don't want to take off without Ivor. So maybe we'll do fight on the bridge. God, that just sounds like suicide though. I don't want to just leave. Like, if we're gonna make a bold choice, I'd rather it would be to destroy the bridge. You just got into your first roguelike. It was Hades, pretty solid. Brainiac, I think Hades is Game of the Year 2020. I know it was nominated at the Game Awards and a couple other places, but I love Hades. I think it's outstanding. Basically everything from that studio, Supergiant Games, is really good. I don't think we have any other choices besides those three, so I think we're gonna try and stick by some people here. If it's a week on foot and we have to steal away in the night, we don't have a ton of supplies. We're gonna lose some allies along the way. Who knows if Ivor's gonna go with us in that case. I'm thinking we stay and fight here, but I don't love it. At the warfront, rows of Varl are lined up, waiting for their turn to fill in as the warriors on the bridge battle dredge in one endless churn of bodies and blood. Fasolt catches your eye in between giving orders. You lost, human? Offer to help, or I just wanted to see how things were going. No, let's offer to help. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Fair enough, Salt admits. I'm not gonna argue against putting you on the bridge, he says, but we've got plenty of wounded here as well if you can work a needle. Okay, so do we treat wounded or fight? Because now we've got a way that we can like be useful but not necessarily have to go square up in what is seemingly a losing battle. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Go ice that back up. Feel better, man. Probably hurts from carrying your team in battlefield. Let's see. We would be in the way. I don't know if we'd be in the way in the fight, Afterlife. Like, we've been storming a lot of these fights. We are injured. We got a couple guys down. You know what? We've made it kind of our goal throughout this entire playthrough to kind of just charge headlong into battle. I don't see a reason why we don't just go for it. And we're certainly not going to make an excuse and get out of it. I say we do it. We'll fight. Basalt nods and puts you in line with the others. Don't be a hero, he grunts. Kill a few and come back alive. A slow terror starts to creep in from waiting to get into battle. But eventually you find yourself face to face with rows of dredge packed shoulder to shoulder. Alright, so Eyvind, you're going to come out, which means... Oof, we got to take in the Hogan and Mogan twins. We don't want Oddlift going early because her siege arching is best served to us once people have armor down, but it's also negated if she's moved. So do we want her early enough that she can move and get in place, and then in round 2 she can shoot? No, I think we're good. Do we spend the money? I don't know that I don't think we spend any assets to upgrade Mogan here, even though he's got it available to him. For the simple fact that, like, it just seems kind of a waste. It's a bummer we can't take Fasalt with us. We can put his item on Eagle, though. Yeah, because you've just got the +1 to break at the moment. No, I think we'll have you keep the +1 to break. Mogan is 10. Hogan is 8. So Hogan can take the dodge chance. And then Eyvind can actually equip that. Oh, he's got our sweet scale plate. All right, this is going to have to do, I think. Already less confident about our choice to fight on this bridge. Oh, we're okay. This isn't that terrible. The 1322 is probably the big concern, so I think that one's going to be Operation Strip Armor as quick as possible. Eagle and Rook are going to go first. We want Eagle to be able to square up with this guy. Rook getting in against him is also helpful. Let's send you out on like guerrilla tactics, I guess. You're gonna continue to flank here. Alette can go with him to help try and bring these guys down to size, and then we want Oddlift to be able to post up right behind our front group so that she can start putting arrows in this guy as soon as his armor is down. This guy's also a concern, but because his armor's so high, we gotta basically just deal with him until we can get some of the strength off of this guy. It would be better if the enemy had not, excuse me, if the enemy had no armor. I agree. If they had no armor, I would be ecstatic. I think this is it. All right, so he's got his shield wall up, but shield wall's not going to do jack against the big guy. You can get in and attack anyone. Flush. The other guy doesn't go till late. Okay, so that means all 3 of our guys in the front line are going to get a chance to go before this dude does. So if we get 2 breaks on him, Hogan could take a huge chunk of his armor off. Yeah, they're going for it. 5. already down to 8. Honestly, it might be worth having Rook ignore armor and do strength here as well. Because we could get, what, 11, so that's 3 plus his 3 exertion would be 6. I think that might be the play. We don't want to block him out from boogieing up, so we're gonna have to go here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So yeah, I think this is the move, because this already considerably shaves some of that strength down. Hit Gil, hit Gil. You son of a gun. All right, now sweet. Mogan can get in here and get a crack off on him. It's gonna take 3 exertion to get into play. You know what? It's still worth it. And then we don't want to bloody flail you because you just aren't gonna get enough of a payoff. So the 11 strength now makes him a lot less dangerous. Granted, he's still a threat. Like, it's not as though we've created a situation in which we don't have to be concerned about him. Alette can't get to anybody, and rather than blow through all of her willpower, no, you know what? I'd rather make sure she was in a position where we could move tactically. Thread the needle's no good here. Okay. Ooh, he backed off for a summon, huh? That's interesting. We won't blow through Hogan's willpower, because since he has the 3 exertion, it's better to have him have something in the tank. All right, and then you've got to move up so that we can get you into a position to hurt someone next time. But for now, why don't you strip some armor to make this guy kind of an easy knockdown. All right, this guy's still a problem. He's gonna hurt. Oof, Rook, my dude. I know that guy's trying to summon, but I'd really like to start stripping armor on this guy. We've gotten into a situation where Rook's actually kind of a liability now. Yep. Rook, my dude. You only have 1 hit point left. How far can I backpedal and you can still hit that guy? Here? Let's do that. Not ideal to have him get focused like that, but at least now I think he's far enough back that no one's really going to pay attention to him. So if all we do is use him for hit and run range tactics, he's still got a high enough break that we're still going to get some good utility out of him. For 2, for 3. I might instead use the bloody flail here. I think this guy is gonna get his summon off no matter what, I would assume. Did he summon? Or because I attacked him, did he stop? No, he got this. This guy was not here before, so the summon went through. Who's up? Alette? Yeah, so that's fine. Alette, if you could get this guy down to 1, please. Rook is a concern, but realistically, everyone else is in a pretty good spot. Let's have you go here to jam up his ability to get down at Alette. And if you could strip armor, that would be great. All right, just 3 on this guy, really? That's a bummer. 6 is probably the play here because his 13 strength is still the most concerning. Almost assuredly, he pushes into my backline here and goes after Rook. Right? Like, why else? Strategically, I just don't understand sometimes. So all of that for essentially what turns into a break 4. Sure. 7, 8, and 8. Gil, if you would be so kind as to piss some people off, that would be much appreciated. Hogan and Mogan are tanking at least. Appreciate their dedication. I guess, like I say, I guess just keep stripping armor. That guy's still gonna need to get enough shots into him that we bring him down. So the 10 armor would ideally go away. 7 for you. So really all you're gonna do is piss that guy off. Why don't you hit this guy? Ow. Oh, that is a lot of armor to strip. All right, so we could take the big dude out entirely. I don't know that that's really a great choice. Let's take this guy all the way down to 2 because he's up next anyway. Take that strength off the table. Hogan, what do we want out of you, bud? You could get some damage in on Biggie here. 5, 4. You also have 7. Yeah, why don't we do that? Because this guy's staring at Rook in a way that makes me not pumped. If we could avoid another, like, catastrophic loss where we have a ton of injuries that we have to then try and sort out, that would be ideal. It's not looking like that's going to be the case. 2 would take you to 6, and then I think Gil could probably exert enough to make you a non-factor. Oof. Let's see. 1, 2 takes you to 4. I mean, it's the slow way to do it, but at least that does make you walk back. All right, Rook, I think maybe we got to start thinking about taking some people off the board. You have no willpower. You have 1 strength. All you're going to be good for is stripping armor here. I take it back. Rook, go ahead and just strip armor. That's all you're going to accomplish. Oh, no. All right, so we've lost 1. Now I don't think we get much of a choice other than starting to take people off the board just so that I can get to the other ones. Oh, I should have gone 1 further north and done Thread the Arrow. Rip. It is a rip. But the twins here don't get used that often. They're really only on the board right now because my other, like, kind of MVP dudes are not available. 1, 2, 3. You still have 7. I think we gotta go up here and get you. So I'm not over concerned, but ideally we would get into a situation where we don't have a bunch of the other MVP characters getting injured. If the twins go down, I'm not gonna cry about it. I won't be pumped, but I'm not going to cry about it. If you could just finish this guy off for me, that would be great. Let's see. 1, 2. Strip this guy's armor so that if we get into a pillage scenario, he can get wrecked. Ooh, armor attack on him is probably a subtle mercy. How does, wait, Rook still has 8 armor because he got hit by the guy in the very beginning who was like already beasting. So even though he's over here with 1 health, his 8 armor actually makes him pretty durable in the rest of this fight. If we go here, I think Thread the Needle here. It's all units between the archer. Oh, it does break damage. No, we want killing people damage. 1, 2, 3. Can't quite kill him. They truly are the Banished Saga red shirts. They kind of are, because they even like the way they joined the caravan. I don't know how much of Banished Saga you've caught with us, Fatty, but the the twins, like when Rook's caravan sets off and suddenly like shit gets real and they've gotta be ready to go, the twins just kind of fall into your lap like, oh, you guys need more people in the roster. Oops. Who do we let take this final kill? I didn't think to check what people's kill stats were at. Let's give it, you know what? Let's give it to Alette, because we have kind of made, even though we've goofed up and she got sad because she hurt a human, we have made the kind of pact to not have her kill humans. So in a fight with Dredge, I guess it makes sense to let her get the kill. All right. Not ideal. Alette's ready for a promo. Hogan and Mogan injured. Rook somehow escaping from injury, which is staggering. You'd swear the fighting is getting more vicious and dangerous. Again, you let the next line of Varl push into battle when you don't dare to risk it anymore. Come back tomorrow if you're looking for more, says Fasalt. You sleep poorly. Eyvind's suggestion to collapse the bridge, repeating in your mind. I wonder. So we can't go back and talk to Homeboy. So do we just keep holding? This seems terrible. Oh, and it didn't even give us credit for a day passing. He said come back tomorrow, but then we didn't even get a day passed. Oh, wait. These numbers were higher before we went to the bridge, so maybe they'll pass now. We can take Krumer with us. Krumer needs some levels. You need some levels, my dude. Alette and Oddliff are ready to upgrade. I will upgrade Oddliff here, or I'm sorry, Alette here. I want her to have one more in exertion. And if you would have one more in strength, I would appreciate that. Because now this is thread the needle for a ton of break damage. So the reason I feel like that's a big get is, remember, the break damage situation, break against the dredge, if you can hit a certain threshold, they like chain react. Let's go back to fight on the bridge. I don't know if we're actually gonna fight here. I don't want to get stuck in a situation where we just go and fight every day, and it just, the longer we wait to make a decision, the worse this gets. God, I always forget how pretty this game is. Dude, you're not wrong, Fatty. Like, the game is gorgeous. I love the backgrounds. The character art is fantastic. You approach the bridge, which gets a raised eyebrow from Fasalt, who is lugging a dead warrior over his shoulder. Back for more, he says. Glancing out onto the bridge, you can tell that they've lost ground on the bridge since yesterday. What's the plan here, you ask with concern. I just do what Yorinder tells me, replies Fasalt. And right now, we're killing every dredge on that bridge, so throw in or piss off. If you don't want to fight, help me clear bodies off the bridge. Our warriors are getting choked up around them. I mean, I guess let's help him remove bodies. Because I don't know that us going out and continuing to fight is going to help if they're already struggling just from like a battlefield layout perspective. You follow Fasalt, making several dangerous trips near the battleground to pull bodies back to the city. The sight of you and other men struggling to carry lifeless giant bodies would be comical if the circumstances weren't so grievous. Kind of reminds you of Dragon's Crown, Brainiac. It's got that same hand-drawn style that the Vanillaware games are known for. So Vanillaware makes Dragon's Crown. They made Grim Grimoire. They made Odin Sphere. They have that same kind of like really painterly hand illustrated look that has made Banner Saga look so specific. Nearing the end of a grueling day, you hear screams. A dredge pushed past the defenses for a moment and trampled someone. You arrive to find the battered body of Eagle lying lifelessly before you. No! You gather up the poor boy and with a heavy heart lay him beside the rest. Despite your exhaustion, you barely sleep at all that night. Wah, wah. We lost Eagle, team. There is an achievement for keeping Eagle alive all the way through the game, which is apparently very difficult to do. There's like a specific sequence of choices you have to make, and we had done enough to keep him alive this far, which is much further than ever before, but he is gonzo, sadly. Some oofs in chat, some teary faces. Look, Eagle did good work for us. I'm sad that he will never grow powerful enough to wear Ivor's belt, though. That was a personal goal. All right, we gotta reshuffle the lines now. I think losing Gil is probably kind of the end of the road for a situation in which we are helping fight on the bridge, if I'm honest.